Alright guys, it's that time again. Today is going to be a little bit of an update more than anything. I got a bunch of parts in, I'm still waiting on a few things, but big parts came in. Like, we're only lacking basically one thing for the Fairlane. So, also I got the engine bay painted, show you that. Engine bay turned out pretty good. Got it all painted. Got the steering hooked up, got all that in there. I got the steering boots and all that stuff for it. And the main thing we're waiting on now is the manifolds I built. I sent them off to get resurfaced, so I know everything's 100% true and flat. That way, I don't have to worry about exhaust leaks, really. I mean, that was the main thing. I don't want to deal with the exhaust leak. So we're waiting on that. But in the meantime, pretty much everything else came in. We're ready. We're pretty much ready to rock and roll. I got the dress up kit for this. I got the valve covers, I got the engine cover and stuff. The only thing is, these are more for Mustangs than truck engines. So I got to figure out a way to make that sit down. Not a big deal, I'll get it figured out. A lot of the times, there's like a rubber grommet and it pushes down into it and stuff. But also the other thing is, I was gonna go with a Holley intake on this, but I decided against it because the Holley intake is kind of like a high rise, and that would have put the throttle body up out here this way. So I was worried with hood clearance, I was worried about. So I went this way to be 100% safe and make sure it clears the hood, because I feel like this Fairlane will look weird with a hole cut in the hood, or a cowl induction hood at that. But let's look at some of these parts that came in. Pretty excited. All right. First thing is, that came in, big key to the puzzle, gas pedal. I am doing fly-by-wire on it. Just makes my life that much easier. So, that's what we're going with on that. And then the next thing, the transmission harness came in for the Holley. I don't know if y'all realize this yet, but I'm running a Holley Terminator X. So, we got the transmission harness, got all that stuff, everything. We are running a 4R70W, so I will have full control of it. So that is a beautiful thing to have. And then one of my favorite things that Holley makes, that I have one for the Model A and one for this. This is a retrofit kit for a fuel tank. So, what this does is, you take this, you see it has this huge thick foam gasket. You cut a hole in your existing factory tank. Pretty simple. Once you cut that hole, it makes an in-tank pump setup. You do there, you got your return, you got your in, out, or not in, well, return, vent, out, and then there's your wires, plugs into your fuel pump right there. They make a 255 pump, and I believe a 450 pump, and I don't know, they make them where they go pretty high. But what you do, you cut the hole to the size of this, you shove this down in there in that foam, and you take these and you turn it, and it has these little locks. And when you turn that, like that, it sucks this up to it, and it tightens to your tank. No leaks. It's pretty cool. So I can take the factory tank out of this car, and I'm gonna convert it to an in-tank EFI setup. Pretty neat. Also, if you wanna look this up on the Holley site, the part number is 12-136. They do make these with the hydromat pickup and non-hydromat and all that stuff, so the price varies depending on if you get the hydromat and of course the size of your pump and stuff. This right here, this is where it's at. This, ooh, there's two boxes. This is my Holley Terminator X. For these Coyote engines, you have a 2011 to 2015, then you have 15 to 17, and then you have 18 and up. They don't make one for an 18 and up because it's a direct injection engine. This is a 15 and a half. This is labeled 15 and a half to 17. From my understanding, the only difference is your coil plugs. So that's something to pay attention to if you have a 2015 engine. So, got a computer. These are pretty nice cases. And in here, we have, I don't know, hang on. Iron back. We have a really tough box. Huh, open it wrong. Look at that. This is my coil drivers. So, comes with the coil drivers. Comes with everything to run this engine. Also, I am going to be running a Holley Pro dash, which I've already retrofitted to my factory dash. I'll show you all that in a minute. It's pretty sweet. So there's the coil drivers, wiring harness, another really tough box. This is my VCT controller. Holley EFI, made in USA. So there's that. What else we got here? Where's all the wiring? So there's that. Oh, even comes with a bung for your O2 sensor. Your screen, O2 sensor. Put the computer over here. Packing, sticker, so you got, I don't know, all it says is do not cut. Okay, I won't cut or modify it, whatever. And then your cam phasers, your intake, all that stuff, the main plug for your variable cam timing. These are coil, this is your coil harness. Then your injector harness, main power harness, relay, everything else. It's all a plug and play system. So we do have all of this. So once we get those manifolds back, man, it is game on. It's hot. It's hot. And that's leading to the next box. So, this next package, I've already peeked in it, but it is the main item to this car. Air conditioning. Gotta have air conditioning. So, got the AC controls. This kit is from Southern Rods. No, this is not a sponsored thing or anything like that. I pay for this stuff. So, comes with all my fittings, all my O-rings, and luckily when I did Tombstone, I bought the tool to make my own lines and everything. And now, here is the evaporator and everything. I bought an entire kit. It comes with, it's defrost, it's everything, really. Look at that cute little thing. Got your drain on it, got everything. Now, I did do a cable driven, and I'll show you why in a minute. But, came with under dash vents, pretty nice. They kind of look like, came out of like a Monte Carlo or something, but hey, they're nice, they'll work. I don't really know how those attach. I assume these are for the defrost. Yeah, it's for the defrost. But anyways, I got 3 of these going underneath the dash. What is this? Gotta be more dryer. Now, it did come with a, I don't know what I did with it. It came with an AC compressor and stuff, but I don't need that. I'm gonna make the factory one on that engine work. I just gotta buy adapters for the compressor itself to adapt to screw-on style fittings. But that's the majority of the stuff that came in. So, got AC, we got the engine harness, we got the transmission controller harness, we got the screen, which I retrofitted to the dash, which, like I said, I'll show you that in a minute. I got the fuel pedal, gas pedal. But anyways, and I got the fuel pump to adapt to the tank, everything. So like I said, the only thing we're lacking is those manifolds. And then we're ready to stick the engine stuff back in, because like I said, the engine bay's painted, everything. I haven't totally decided on the exhaust, but we'll figure that out. I am looking at Hooker Blackheart's VR304s, I think is what it is. And also I have some MagnaFlow mufflers. So I'm really not sure. So we'll come back to that. If you got an idea for a muffler, drop it below. Let me know. I need ideas here. So I'm gonna show you how I retrofitted that screen and stuff to the factory dash. It's pretty cool. I like it. All right, so that's the Holley Pro Dash inside of here. I came in and I cut the factory piece out, and because it used to have like the speed armor, we're gonna run around right there. I'm gonna add an indicator for the blinker on each side, and then an indicator for the brights. Now the inside of the car has this white, and then they left this yellow. So I gotta come in here, and I gotta paint that over there, and I gotta paint this, of course. I got a piece coming in for here, because the AC controls, I'm actually gonna adapt to go right there, so I can utilize that spot. But that is the Holley 6.86 Pro Dash inside the Fairlane. Oh, I'm gonna paint this background black, and then of course, like I said, this is gonna be white, so it should look pretty good. So like I said, we're pretty close to ready on this Fairlane. We can start going back together with everything once I get those manifolds in, and it's pretty exciting. Because once we get the ball rolling, it won't take long at all to get this car done, like at all. Get one more look at this engine bay though. Look at that. That looks pretty good. I think it turned out pretty dang good. So, there's a quick update for you on the Fairlane. The next video, of course, is probably us doing some pretty heavy work to it. We're still waiting on the torque converter to come in for the Model A. I can't find anybody within a reasonable distance to resurface my cylinder heads for me. So we might be just going for it on that one, boys. So we'll just have to see what happens. I'm still looking around, and I haven't had any luck with it. But it is what it is. That's part of small town living, I guess. So with that being said, one more thing. I get asked quite often about the shirts that I wear. Yes, I do have Simon's Powerhouse shirts and hats and stuff. My wife did make a website, so if you want one, go get one. The Model A shirts and the hats won't be ready until the end of this month, but there is some Duke shirts on there, and I think 2 or 3 gray Model A shirts. I could be wrong, but yeah, just go over there and take a look. We got some Fairlane shirts being made. I'll put a picture of all 3 up real quick. So that's what they look like. And the Simon's Powerhouse hats, they're like that. There's a variety of colors and stuff like that. So go over there and get you one. So there's your update on the Fairlane. Till next time.